What's going on, everybody, and welcome back to a brand new episode on my channel. As always, I'm Jay, and today, guys, I'm going to be talking to you about the newest release, which is the Ultimate Visual History to Saban's Power Rangers. That's right, guys, they just released this, and I actually just got it in the mail finally from my pre-order. And guys, this is another great collector's edition booklet or collector's item that you definitely want to get your hands on. But before I get into it, let me give you some insight for those of you who don't know about the Power Rangers, in case you've lived under a rock for the past 25 plus years. Beginning in 1993 with Mighty Morphin, Power Rangers was the brainchild of Haim Saban, who had actually adapted what was a long-running series in Japan known as Super Sentai. And Super Sentai essentially was every year there would be a group of 5 people who would transform into colorful superheroes, and each of them had a certain motif and a certain aesthetic style every year that was always changed and differed from year to year. And about the time that Haim Saban had actually finally been able to manage getting Power Rangers to be adapted from the Japanese show, the one that was going on was its 20th iteration, I believe, and it was known as Kyoryu Sentai Zyuranger. Now, the thing about these motifs and everything is they ranged from everything from technology to cars to even animals. And in this point, the one that Power Rangers was adapted from was dinosaurs with Kyoryu Sentai Zyuranger. Now, growing up as a kid in the 90s, there was no one at all who didn't like Power Rangers and was actually into it. You wanted to be the Red Ranger, you wanted to be the Black Ranger, you wanted to be the Green Ranger, you wanted to be any type of Power Ranger because the show was that cool. And in my opinion, it took over the decade, with 2 films in the 90s and the entire run that was going on that even lasts today, 25 years later. Holy crap. It's definitely something that has a lot of staying power and is fresh in the pop culture mindset no matter what. And that's where this book comes in, because this book actually covers each and every series of the Power Rangers during each chapter, and it even gives you a preview of the upcoming series Beast Morphers, which I think is pretty cool. Now, guys, I am personally much more of a fan of the old school Power Rangers. Mighty Morphin is my jam, and I really stopped watching it after In Space. But the thing is that this is a great booklet for fans of all ages and all entries of the Power Ranger series, especially the newer ones. So if you're young or old, this is definitely a collector's item that you want to get. And the great thing about this is that it has everything that you would want in a collector's box, or books set rather. It's got awesome photos and everything. You have a whole list and slew of chapters here. You get a foreword by the Pink Ranger herself, Amy Jo Johnson, reminiscing about all the great memories she had and how this was her first gig and this propelled her into doing other stuff with her career. She even credits all the Power Rangers fans for helping her with the GoFundMe for her recent independent movie, The Space Between, which I think is pretty fantastic if you think about it in retrospect. Now, looking through all this stuff, you do have all the behind-the-scenes photos, like I was saying, all the professional production stills from not only Zyuranger, but also the Power Ranger shows themselves. And the great thing is that this book is packed with lots and lots of trivia. It has interviews with cast and crew, and it has little tidbits like this that are storyboards and everything like that. It even has a replica of a call sheet for a day's worth of shooting with the entire set and everything. I think this is pretty damn awesome. And then, of course, if you flip through and thumb through it, you can see all the other things that you might want as a Power Rangers fan. They even have character descriptions of the villains and different key characters and everything all across the board. From Mighty Morphin to Ninja Steel, this book has got it all. So right about now, the book actually retails for $50. That's the cover price. But I'm sure if you are a super sleuth, or if you're very savvy on saving and getting coupons and everything, you could easily get this from Barnes & Noble, Walmart, or any store that sells books for a decent price, and actually marked down probably. But even if you did have to pay the $50 plus tax, this is well worth your buck, and I highly recommend it to any fan of the series or pop culture fans in general. This is definitely something that's worth your time, and it's a great encyclopedia of knowledge for anything and everything Power Rangers related. whether you're talking about behind-the-scenes story elements or anything in between. And guys, honestly, I can't say enough about this book. It is a wonderful thing to be held, and especially being a 90s fan of a lot of different things, including Power Rangers, which was pivotal in my childhood. It's great that they are coming out with cool stuff like this to kind of reminisce and feel that nostalgic feeling once again. And yeah, guys, I mean, I've just started reading it, so I haven't actually read through the whole thing, but thumbing through all the chapters and looking at everything visually, this is a great book. Very inspiring, especially if, you know, you're into cosplay or if you're into animation or whatever it is. Definitely grab this book. You'll feel that kind of muse speaking to you without a doubt. But anyway, guys, before I get too long-winded, that's all the time that I have for today. Please, guys, let me know how big of a Power Rangers fan you are. What's your favorite Power Rangers series, and do you think you're going to pick this book up? If so, comment below, let me know. Like, comment, subscribe, and if you are subscribed, please hit that bell button. That way you never miss a moment of my content or my reviews. And as always, guys, thank you for your time, thank you for your support. But if you'll excuse me, I've got to take care of something right now. Tyrannosaurus!